Hello and welcome into the studio. I'm joined by my dad across from me and John from VO Marketing Pro. And this numbers video is going to give you a little taste of what the numbers are going to look like going forward. For the people who are watching from our channel and stuff like that, you're still going to get some of the numbers here. But because we are starting a new Facebook group that's helping out people with direct email marketing and stuff like that, we're going to be giving a little bit more in-depth numbers like we've kind of been doing with number of projects, scenarios that came up during the week with our marketing, our voiceover stuff, how we maybe tackled some of those things. And that's going to be for our group. So what you'll be seeing is this first part, and then we will kind of transition over to what those people from VOMP Plus, VO Marketing Pro Plus, will be seeing. So anyway, as always, if you want to see videos like this, you can see all of our past videos. We're not going to pull those off. We're going to leave those there for people so you can go back and see over a year and a half of my journey and stuff like that. And you'll be hearing my numbers and stuff like that. You'll be able to see Dad's numbers and the VO Marketing Pro group's numbers as well. So you can go back and check those out if you want to. So anyway, 'twas a gift. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our numbers as they will look going forward. So Johnny, would you let us in on the numbers this week for the VO Marketing Pro group?
37 warm responses.
You said 37?
Yep. 18 auditions and 7 jobs reported. We got Mike Stout with 2, Tara Fox with 1, Bill DeWeese with 3,
Woo!
and Hudson Barsness with a recurring client.
Yep.
So that equals 7.
Sure does.
And just a friendly reminder with the holiday season coming up with VOMP people to let us know if you're going to go on vacation. Helps us know that you're not there if there's a audition or job that comes up that's for you specifically. And also we can kind of move things around maybe a little bit on sending out emails during that time too, if it's going to be for just a short bit. I believe we can do that. So it's just important to let us know so we're aware. So if something comes up, we know. So please do that.
Great. Thanks to everybody from the VO Marketing Pro group. I can speak for John probably, and everybody else. Thanks for letting us know how your weeks went. That was nice. It's always encouraging for us to hear that because we know how much time and effort it takes to get those numbers. So anyway, I will do my numbers. I had 1 warm response this week, 2 auditions, 0 new clients in direct email marketing, and then I had a recurring client. So I work with these people on a fixed. It's not like it's on division of slides and words. So they had 2 slides for me. So I had $16.90, but they've used me 3 times. Anyway, I had 4 jobs this week in total, 2 jobs on Upwork and a small job on Fiverr. So along with that, still nothing on Voice123 or Voice123. It's been a journey so far. I've had a lot of liked proposals. I had 2 of them. I was just like, but hire me. Anyway, then I did 8 hours of editing for Dad, and my total this week, I'm shooting for $750 every week, $488.10, so $488.10. It was a slow week, and for later on, I'll talk about more in depth what I did, why it was slow, stuff like that. So anyway, on to Dad.
And for me, I had a slow week as well, and I'll tell you a little bit in our members group, our members video, some things that I did when I have a slow week. And I did 5 or 6 Upwork proposals, maybe a few more, $0 from Upwork. I know that they've been viewed. My things have been viewed, so I'm still in the running. Fiverr was down, and that was $808.80. And direct marketing was $3,712.18. My total, $4,520.98. I'm shooting for $6,000. $6,000, multiplied by the 52 weeks is $300,000. So below that by $1,500, $4,520.98 for a slow week for me. Tell you what I did.
All right.
Up.
So now this is where we'll go on to our VOMP Plus stuff. So the VOMP Plus people will get that and what's coming up here now. So if you're interested in that, let us know. You can get a hold of us at hudsonbarsness@yahoo.com. No uppercases or space. johnbarsness@vomarketingpro.com. Or you can just comment below, give me more information or something like that, and we'll help you out and see if you'd be a good fit and stuff like that. So anyway, on to our VOMP Plus stuff. Any starters? Did you have anything you wanted to start out with?
When we're just building this still with the roster and stuff, so we made cold calls. Drew usually makes them on Thursday, and Mom sits in on it, and so do I. Just so if Drew has questions, I'm there to answer them, or if there's somebody that's kind of, for using fishing terms, is on the line, I can know what to follow up in an email. So Drew makes those cold calls. Sometime around 10 for sure. Sometimes a little bit more. And so we did that, and then we always just follow up, whether it's a voicemail or it's a phone call. We follow up, just reminding them of the phone call that they just had, because these people forget the moment they're off, or send them a voicemail, or let them know that we left a voicemail via email. So we did that, and then what I do is I circle back around with those people via email every 3 months, like we do with our warm response, like people are supposed to do with their warm responses, and what we do with some of the people that we work with on that. And then if there's somebody that, like I said earlier, is on the line, we follow up via phone with them to try to we're trying to build this roster out so people keep on coming to it. And so that's what we did this week. Andy sent out 917, I think, emails out of Dad's database. And so we were handling that. We've been working on building up VO Marketing Plus. But we're always just trying to find new businesses if we have a little bit of downtime like everybody else is. Find new companies that we don't have, which can be kind of tedious, because with a database of over 18,000 contacts, it can be, you have to just do a lot more checking and stuff like that to make sure that you haven't used that one before, they don't want you to use them anymore, or anything like that. So,
and just a question, that's though the emails, the cold calling, stuff like that were sent out, that's for VOMP, not VOMP Plus, correct?
Correct.
I think you need to, it might be good.
I'm not saying a
lot of people, are probably familiar with VO Marketing Pro, our VO Marketing Pro roster on our website, and maybe not so familiar with VO Marketing Pro Plus. But maybe, in some of these early ones, we need to maybe sure we understand. VO Marketing Pro is a company that we started, and it's based on what I did as far as my marketing. And Joe Barsness and John Barsness over here, they run the day-to-day operations, and it's sending out direct email emails to prospective clients, voiceover talent, rosters, video production companies, ad agencies. And so if you want more information about VO Marketing Pro, because you have a pro demo, you've been in the business for a while, maybe you're looking for an assistant, as far as marketing is concerned, that's for those folks. And then the roster, we have around 40 people on the roster. These are vetted pros, and it's invite only. But you could still inquire about that. And then there's VO Marketing Pro Plus, which is something that we're starting. That's a little bit of what we would call maybe the farm system for VO Marketing Pro, or VOMP, because that's where maybe you're in the big leagues, if you will. But maybe there are some people that want to send out direct email marketing, and they're just starting out, and that's what VO Marketing Pro Plus is. It'll be education most certainly, but it'll be a lot of encouragement, and we can talk a little bit more about that if you want to, but I don't want to get too far in the
I
weeds.
just want to make sure that people know that for VOMP Plus, they're sending out, cold calls for us. I'm not saying that was wrong or anything like that. I just want people to know that that's a service for those people. Anyway, I guess we'll move on to our numbers, a little bit more of a deep dive.
Yeah, feel free to ask questions, John, because you're
that would be great.
The voiceover side, our businesses too. So
it was a fairly slow week for warm responses. I was sending out emails a couple weeks ago, and I got a thing back that kind of put my email in a certain spot. And so I had to go through something to get it kind of re-warmed up. It was my own fault. I sent out to my warm responses along with some direct email marketing that I was doing. So I kind of overran it. Anyway, nothing wrong with that. So I've been warming it back up. And I got 2 auditions sent out for both of those. Auditions I did auditions for them. 0 new clients. I don't know if I have really a goal for new clients. It's always fun to get new clients, but overall this week was just very slow. And so what I did was I sent out more emails. I looked for more prospective clients. I did the hybrid approach, as we call it. And so just when I'm not busy doing some auditions, well, I make sure that I do my marketing no matter what, because I can't afford to not market. So those numbers have been, excuse me, chokes me up. Those numbers were low this week, which is too bad. But instead of getting depressed or, mad or switching something up, send out the same amount of emails next week. And if I'm slow, I'm going to get in front of more people and stuff like that. And then I go on to, I had one recurring job. They've used me a couple times. And like I said, in the start of the numbers, $16.90. Like I said, I do $20 or 20 cents per word, and then 75 cents per split file. So they had just like 2 revisions, and they paid me for it. So that's why it was $16.90. Then Upwork, I had the chance at 3 jobs this week. Tell you a little bit about that. I don't know exactly what the cost was, but the guy was asking me if I could also help him with his script because he wasn't a native English speaker. And so he asked me what my price would be and stuff like that. And so I was sending it to him, and he had already hired somebody else. And so I don't exactly know why, if he just had somebody else that he was talking to, obviously. But I don't exactly know why that happens sometimes. But being able to just say, all right, on to the next one, it can be difficult because you thought, oh, great, I got another job, especially when you need it. Anyway, then I have somebody that's going to hire me for 4 jobs on Upwork. It'll be $214 that I will get. It's $240 altogether. And then I did a $100 job, which I get $90 from Upwork as well. So I send out a lot of proposals. I'm always on there trying.
How many do you think you?
Well, this week,
average,
probably at least 20, probably close to 20. This week was probably like 12 or 15 that I sent out.
20 proposals on Upwork a week.
I try to just blitz it, and I have it up all the time, and I refresh it, and make sure that I don't miss anything, because I want to be one of the first people on there. Because sometimes people are, as you saw with that one that I lost, somebody may have given a price quicker than I did, and so they got it. Or
how much
whatever.
money have you made? Have you been on there 2 years? Or
I'm
more
close.
Like a year and a
I'm
half?
probably $15,000 in a year and a couple months, 3 or 4 months.
So if it's a year and 3 months, you're averaging $1,000. I know you didn't make $1,000 the first month,
No,
but you're averaging
yeah.
about $1,000 a month on Upwork.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I mean,
And I
think
started
that's only
that by
gonna go up.
myself.
Yeah.
That was something that I looked into
And you're
myself,
helping
which
me
was great.
with
Yeah.
mine, even though you didn't help me much this week because I only had 0. But I guess that's my fault.
Well, I had to take every single one I could get. Anyway, then Fiverr, I have a wrestling match with Fiverr because I don't care for it. A $9 job I got on there, so I get $7.20.
You got more.
I do that because I'm not busy.
Yeah.
I take less high-paying. I take lesser jobs because I can't afford to be picky. I'm trying to get $750 each week, and so any way that I can get $750, I'm going to do it. I don't care what people say. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to, because they don't pay the bills. So I'm going as hard as I can. I didn't make it, but at least I died trying.
I have a couple questions for you in a second. Maybe John has something, but I was talking to a gal who's part of VO Marketing Pro, and she talked about maybe being a part of VO Marketing Pro Plus, and we were talking about the ups and downs of Fiverr. Mm-hmm. And she was trying to decide whether it was a good fit for her, and how her agents would think about things and other people in the industry, which is all something that everybody has to think about. If you get money from agents and you think you're going to get blackballed because you're on Fiverr, then it's probably not worth, spending time doing $5 and $8 and $20 jobs on Fiverr and trying to work up the food chain. That said, I think the biggest thing is, and this is what you hit on, is don't let somebody out there, some boogeyman, somebody out there tell you how to run your business. This is your business. And if you want to, go around Fiverr and not do Fiverr, that's your business. We're going to tell, I've made $460,000 on Fiverr. So for me, I don't really care how, I don't care if agents at this point blackball me, because I'd rather have the money from Fiverr because I'm in business to make money. So the bigger point is don't, there are these unspoken rules and spoken rules out there that there's nobody in charge of the voiceover industry. Not really. There's just these certain parameters that certain people are putting on you. So you do your business the way you think is best, because again, you got to feed your family, you got to pay your bills. And that's what I thought was good, where you said, well, I don't really like Fiverr, I'm still doing it. You have a tendency to like Upwork more.
Yeah, I haven't had a bad experience on Upwork yet. And then I'll just finish with, I've been on Voice123 for about 6 months. I've done over probably 125 auditions on there, nothing yet. Still going to keep going at it because I'm paying for it. It was something I decided earlier this year that I was going to try. And so I'm going at it as much as I can. I don't get bored with it.
What are you thinking about that? I mean, what was your purpose of doing that again? Just so people can hear.
Well, the reason I did that is because I wanted to try to find another avenue to make more money.
Okay.
And the auditions give me practice as well. So
how much was it for a year?
It was like 3 something. So I can't remember exactly. They had a little bit of a deal that I got. Yeah. So I did the paid in full thing. And
so there's a good possibility that if you tick off a job or two in the next 6 months,
make it worth
you'll
it.
have paid for it. Now you won't pay for your time auditioning wise, but
that's
pays
where
the
for
practice.
Itself.
That's where the practice comes in. Real live scripts.
So then once again, 488.10 was my total this week, because I also do editing for Dad. Yeah. He needs the help, so he can be behind the mic. So that was my week. So
you said that you charged for revisions $16.80 or something.
They told me to. Yep.
Right. Mm-hmm. How do you determine? Because some people, again, these are rules that certain people have. It's fine if you want to have their rules for yourself, but there are certain rules that you have to charge for revisions. You can't work for free. Do you do that all the time? Do you say, nope, I will not do revisions for free? Or do you
right now
kind of like
feel
the thing out?
Yeah, right now it depends. It depends on the client, because for me, I don't believe that I can call the shots completely. And so if someone says, hey, can you do this? And they don't say anything about paid, then I do it for free. Unless it's something that they've made a mistake on the script and I let them know that before we do that. They'll say, what's your revision policy? And I'll say, well, if it's a mistake by me, then it's free. But if it's a mistake on your part, or they change the script, the client does, or something like that, then I say, yeah, I usually do. And then I kind of go from there and try to find out what they can do, because I don't want to say, well, it's $150, and they're like, well, we can't do that. Mm-hmm. And then for some reason they're gone and I don't even get that. So that's I kind of think about myself on the food chain and say, I can't afford to be too picky. Mm-hmm. If they're not, I don't want to lose the client. I want to be able to say, well, maybe they would say, oh, this guy didn't charge for revisions. Let's use him again. And so in the end, you maybe get more money if you did do revisions, but you maybe lose the client. So that's how I go about it. Maybe you have a different way.
No, some people have hard and fast rules for revisions. I don't unless I've worked with a client for a long time, and oftentimes we've developed something. But you know what? Sometimes what I do for new clients when they come back with client revisions is I do the same things I do up front. I say, what's your policy for revisions? I want to be a good team player. What are you thinking? Especially if they've paid well. A lot of times if they say, well, we were kind of hoping we could do one round of revisions for free. Boom, no problem. Yep. Paid well, easy to work with. Other people, they'll say, it's 2 sentences. Is $50 okay? Sure. I'll take $50 for 2 sentences. I know you got to open up the files and you got to get back into character or the read style, but nevertheless, it's not that hard. So a lot of times it's give and take, and it's feeling things out, and that's a lot of this business. It's in your negotiating your prices and revisions and all these types of things. You know, when you deliver, there's quite a bit of feeling things out and having a gut feeling. And you made $16 and 70 cents. They told you to do it, which is great. Maybe sometimes you do it for free in hopes that, you're going to get to work with that person again, and that'll be a goodwill gesture. So it's just, it's kind of give and take. You're in the business to serve people and to help them make money too.
Yep. Do you want to go on to your numbers and we'll talk
I will.
about those?
Did you have questions for him?
No questions, just not to be stereotypical, but he mentioned the guy that was a foreign guy that kind of did that that situation. And those are, whether it's Fiverr or Upwork, it seems like, again, don't want to be stereotypical, but some of those foreign countries, I don't know, they just seem to be in a hurry, or maybe there's a miscommunication with the language barrier, but don't be bothered if something kind of doesn't make sense, because there's lots and lots of scenarios.
Don't take it personally.
Yeah, because I don't think it's necessarily, or it's not a reflection. It's just kind of how they go about business. And so, you'll probably have it happen. But
good point.
Sometimes they're good. Sometimes they're really easy to work with too. So you just have to treat them like you would anybody else, but don't be surprised if something goes weird.
Yeah. So like I said earlier, in the public part of this, I made 0 on Upwork. Fiverr, I had 9 jobs, $808.80, which is a little under I think I'm averaging $103 per order now. And then direct marketing was 27 jobs. My largest paying job was $300. Some people don't open their mic for under $300. That means I would have had $300 this week. Now somebody might say, well, but you're not fishing for the right things, or low ballers are trying to get, take advantage of you, or you need to get agents. Fine, we can talk about that. But the point being, the way I do business, I had one $300 job. And if I had like this standard where I said, nope, not going to open my mic for $300 or more, then I would have had $300. Instead, I had $3,712.18 because I want to work. I'm in business to make money.
And how many of those were recurring clients?
Oh, all of them.
Because you weren't in the regular VOMP numbers, and you only report your new clients. So $3,800 basically you had there.
Yep.
All of them, 27 were recurring clients, not individual 27 recurring clients, but all 27 scripts jobs were.
Now, 6 of those, of the 27 were from one e-learning company. They were just different modules that I put on different line items because they were separate projects. But nevertheless, so 21 separate clients used me this week for a total of $4,520.98. That was a slow week for me. I have a couple of things to think about. One is I haven't had a new client, as you probably well know, for over a month now. I think it's been 5 weeks since I've had a new client. I think that might be the longest period that I've had in a long, long time, maybe 7, 8, 9 years. But what I did with my assistant, Andy, was I said, why don't we just freshen up my template. And so we sent out a new template this week. So we'll see what happens. Try to beat the bushes a little bit, come up with a little bit different subject line and see if that gets a little traction. So my first 2 days, I had $3,200 booked already. So the last 2 days, it's been $1,200. First 3 days, the first 2 days was $3,200. The last 3 days were $1,200 total. So I had a very slow last part of the week. So what did I do? Well, here's some things that I'm tempted to do. Tempted to take some time off. That's fair. I've done this long enough. I'm old enough, made enough money. I could do that. And I do that sometimes. Don't feel guilty if you take some time off. I could get depressed and do nothing. That's pretty easy to do when you're all by yourself in a padded booth. You start like really seriously, you start going, I don't know. Is this even worth it? You could be flailing fearfully flailing, like, okay, I got to start, I got to do this, got to do that, got to do this. But what I did was I did the template refresh, and I haven't done one for a couple of months. So it wasn't like I just, got to get another one, even though it's only been out there for a week. I did more Upwork proposals this week.
Nice.
Why not? I was a little bit more lenient than I would be on a busy week with Fiverr. I went after people a little bit more when they came in my inbox and said, "Hey, could you do this?" I said, "Yeah, I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need me to do it for this amount?"
Mm-hmm.
Some of them I went down a little bit, just because I needed the money. And then I had my wife, Becky, who works as my assistant, kind of office assistant. I had her go back to my cold clients, that is clients that haven't used me in the last 6 months or so. And I had her go back. I freshened up a template to re-contact them, put a few new links, and sent out something to clients, but clients that in 2022 and 2023 haven't used me again. The rest of them, if they've used me multiple times, then I wasn't going to go back to them at this point. But like I've said at the beginning of my career, I was just naive. I was just hungry and desperate. And so I was calling people that I just worked with like a week before and saying, "Hey, you got any other work for me?" I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying that don't be afraid to get back in front of people. Even if you haven't worked with someone for 3 months, you can contact them again and just say, call them or email them and just say, just wanted to let you know I'm available still. Here's a new project. Let me know how I can help. So I don't know if that brings up any comments or questions.
I think you have to be desperate when your weeks are slow. Otherwise, you're not going to hit your goals. And it's not the end of the world if you don't hit your goals, but the only way you're going to hit your goals is by being a little bit desperate and not worrying about what other people say, like we said. So anyway, that is our elongated numbers videos. Like I said, these videos will be broken into 2 parts. The first part, like you saw, is going to be out there on the web for anybody on YouTube. And then these little bit longer, in-depth numbers will be for the VO Marketing Pro Plus group. So if you want information on how to be part of that group, you can get a hold of us, hudsonbarsness@yahoo.com, johnbarsness@vomarketingpro.com, or below in the comments section. Thank you for watching this. And we hope your week went well with VO as well. So take care and good luck next week.